Objective number 3. Use a graph to determine whether a function is increasing, decreasing, or constant. Definition of increasing. The function f is increasing on the interval I if any joint of x1 and x2 in I with x1 less than x2, then f of x1 less than f of x2. You understand x1 and x2 represent for the input, and f of x1, f of x2 represent for the output. The x1 is smaller, the output is smaller. The x2 is bigger, the output is bigger. Then you can conclude that the function f is increasing. For the second one, the function f is decreasing when the input x1 is smaller, but you get the output for the x1 when you put in is bigger. And for the last case, f is constant. For any value of x you plug in, the function f are the same or equal the same thing. So you conclude that the function f is a constant. Now we look in the three graphs below. For the first one, you see that look at x1 and x2. The way they put x1 and x2 like this, they mean x1 is smaller because x1 is on the left side, is smaller. For example, if you look at the number line, you see 0 right here and you see 5 right here. 0 is on the left side, 5 is on the right side. The one on the left side is smaller. Okay, always like that. Okay, so x1 is smaller. Now look at the f of x1. You have this point, and the f of x2, you have that point. You can see that f of x1 is smaller. When x1 is smaller, f of x1 is smaller. For the second case, the function f is decreasing. x1 give you f of x1, x2 give you f of x2, but x1 is smaller than x2, but f of x1 is taller, right? It's bigger. Okay, so in that case, f is decreasing. And what if f is a constant for two values of x1 and x2? x1 is smaller, but they give you the same output. Then you conclude that the function f is a constant. We're gonna do the problem below, and we look at the graph to see which value of x from where to where that give the function is increasing, decreasing, or constant. The way to do it is that we will imagine like you are the person and you always start the graph on the left side. You always go from smaller, because the left side is smaller, okay, to bigger. Okay, so and you can see that you walk along the curve, you see that you will go up. So when you go up, f is increasing. You can look at that way without follow the definition to determine the function is increase or decrease. Now second graph, you start from the left side and you walk along the curve, and you can see that you're going down, so the function f is decreasing. And the last one, you start from the left and you walk on the curve, you see that you do not go up, you do not go down, you walk on the constant function. In example number 3, you see that the x part start from a -6 to a +6. From these 2 points, we will start from the left side and imagine that you will begin to walk on that point. Okay, so when you walk up to right here, from this point you walk up to right here, what do? We go down, right? So that is decreasing. Now we look at the 2 points. So we look at this point and that point. That is the segment where you walk down. And we look at the x part. The x part is -6 and -4. So the function decreasing on -6 to -4. I just answer the x part because this is the value of the x. Okay, now we continue. Look at the second piece. When you go from this point, you go like this. So what do? We go up, right? So we look at the two endpoints, this and this, and let's take the x part. X part is -4 to 0. So the function increase from -4 to 0. And now we go to the next one. We have this piece. This is a constant. You do not go up, you do not go down. It's for a constant from 0 to 3 and decrease. Continue the last piece. The last piece is the green color. It's from 3 to 6.